The first week I was in Nashville, I was 18 years old. This is 1960. And I went downtown to a department store simply to buy a cap. The coaches said, do not go downtown. But I went down to buy a hat. I went down to buy the hat, and I bought the hat, and I put it on, but it was too small. So I put the hat back on. So the lady said, sir, that will be $6.50. And I said, ma'am, the hat's too small. She said, that'll be $6.50. I said, no, I'll try another. She said, don't get another one. Take this hat and give me the money and get out. This is a sales lady. And I'm trying to figure out, here I was, all city basketball, all state basketball coming in. I'm big gun, big man in town. And I said, is the manager here? Because I didn't think she could hear me, little white lady. And the manager came and I said, she wants me to buy this hat for $6.50. And I said, it doesn't fit my head. So the manager looked at me and said, you can't make him buy a hat that doesn't fit. And so I smiled at her and I said, now you see. So he turned to me and said, how do you know it doesn't fit? I said, well, I tried it on. He grabbed the hat, slapped me across my face, and said, nigga, who's gonna put a hat on their head after it's been on your woolly head? And he hit me again. They took me, threw me out on the sidewalk, took the money out of my pocket, while they all laughed at me. I'm Gerald Durley. I live here in Atlanta, Georgia. 3 weeks ago, I retired as pastor of Providence Missionary Baptist Church. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, a master's degree in psychology, a doctor's degree in psychology, and another master's degree in what was that? Boy, getting old. Oh, divinity.
Body and soul were bought and sold.
That was a rock and roll singer some years ago called James Brown. And he had a song called Open Up the Door and I'll Get It Myself. But the doors were always closed. The doors were always shut. We've never fought to take over anything. All we fought for is equality and opportunity. You give somebody opportunity and an equal chance, then the playing field is equal. We never said we want to take over, but fear will bring ignorance. But we learn to rise above. As Dr. King said, the black people in America might come out to be the consciousness of this nation, because we talk about love, we talk about tolerance, we talk about perseverance. How do you love someone who did not give you equal access to education, to employment, to neighborhoods? None of that. And you can still talk about love. Someone that's kept you, their foot on your neck, kept you in poverty, and you can still talk about redemption and love. So that's an oxymoron. I'm not paranoid in any way, but a lot of this now is around the fear, the success of a black man as the President of the United States of America. It's interesting how God chose the first African American to be president, who had everything, and a white mother, a black father, a great education, a great spirit, a great mind. He put it all together, and yet he can still be attacked. So as we look at the overall political landscape now, we understand it implicitly what it is. We understand why Barack is going through what he's going through, not because of his ineptness, not because of his inability to lead, not because of his immoralities in terms of families and all of this, but we understand that we still face a very racially divided nation based upon fear, based upon ignorance, based upon pure lack of and non-communication. Where we were 6 students sitting at the Trailways bus station, and the white manager of the bus station told this man, "Here, feed your people," and he just stood there crying. And we were there. The manager took a donut and dipped it in some milk and swashed it in our faces and our mouths, and all we could do was sit there because we had our artists do not fight back. That got me in the movement to the year 2012. So it's not a hate. It's a fight for justice. It's a fight for equality. It's a fight for you can hold yourself back. It's a fight for how now you can go beyond the faith and appreciate other differences. But that was very demeaning, but I didn't understand it. And the only difference now, I understand why they hate me. They hate me because they don't know me. If they knew me and knew that our paths are similar, we could have some commonality. But they don't want to get to know me because they're afraid of me. And once people fear you, they will put stereotypes around you, and people begin to believe the stereotype and the myth rather than who the people are. So we're not unique as African American people. Other people have been put into that, but I think now it's so incumbent upon us to allow people of quote unquote privileged status to understand really who we are, what we're about, how we got here, and where we're headed, even in the face of challenges today. It's not over. The battle continues, and we'll only win when we all win.